Michelle Trachtenberg's rise to fame often seems like a fairy tale. She was that rare child star who transitioned into adulthood without the all-too-familiar public meltdowns. But beneath the surface, her journey reveals a series of surprising twists and undisclosed moments that kept fans guessing. How did the bright-eyed kid who captivated audiences in Harriet the Spy evolve into a multifaceted performer tackling both comedic and dramatic roles? And what about the behind-the-scenes whispers, those rumors that hinted her Hollywood experience wasn't entirely golden? From her earliest days in commercials to navigating controversy on the set of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Michelle's story offers more than a simple highlight reel. She's confronted fandom backlash, witnessed unsettling developments in the entertainment industry, and pushed to reinvent herself in ways few expected. Today, her name still sparks curiosity. Why did she scale back her screen appearances when her star seemed to be burning its brightest? And is there truth to the rumored tension with certain showrunners? By the end of this deep dive, you'll see how her career wasn't always sweet and light. In fact, it was filled with unexpected challenges that nearly derailed her shining path. But that's only half the story. Before the world knew her as Harriet or Dawn Summers, Michelle Trachtenberg was already making waves in small television roles and commercials. She was born in New York City, growing up in a family that supported her dream of acting from the start. Her natural charisma shone through even in minor parts, from toothpaste ads to guest spots on popular 90s sitcoms. Her real breakthrough, however, came in 1996 with Harriet the Spy. At just 10 years old, she starred in the Nickelodeon movie that became a defining moment for a generation of budding young detectives. Critics praised her ability to carry a film at such a young age, and it instantly set her apart from other child actors. Yet, being in the spotlight so early came with a price. She faced the typical child star pressure, long work hours balanced against the need for normalcy, all while cameras followed her every move. Even then, there were whispers of Michelle struggling to keep up with the grueling schedules. She was juggling education and a rising profile, and the stress that comes from being a breadwinner in the family spotlight. Some inside sources speculated that the sudden flood of attention left her overwhelmed. But her performance never wavered, and audiences only saw the bright smile and earnest charm that made the movie an instant cult favorite. What few fans realize is that those early years paved the way for an even bigger breakthrough. By the time she left Harriet behind, she was no stranger to high-pressure sets or the expectations that come with industry success. She would soon discover, though, that the real challenges had only just begun. While Harriet the Spy made her a darling to kids everywhere, it was Buffy the Vampire Slayer that catapulted Michelle to a different tier of stardom. In 2000, she joined the cast as Dawn Summers, the younger sister of the show's iconic Slayer. Fans were immediately divided. Some adored Dawn's relatable teenage angst. Others found the character whiny. The polarizing reaction became a defining feature of Michelle's time on the show. Still, for Michelle, the role was a golden opportunity. Stepping into a highly successful series meant serious credibility in TV land, not to mention the chance to work alongside seasoned actors like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Allison Hannigan. It also exposed her to intense fan scrutiny. Suddenly, every quirk of Dawn's personality was dissected by internet forums and fan conventions alike. But the biggest surprise may have been how mentally draining the experience became. The show's dark themes contrasted sharply with her earlier roles, demanding a new level of emotional depth. She had to convey grief, fear, and vulnerability in scenes that sometimes felt more sinister than any children's film. Yet, if the shift in tone challenged her, she rarely let it show on screen. Critics applauded her growth, calling her one of the show's standout younger talents. Even so, the tension off-camera was starting to mount. Fans noticed small hints that something wasn't quite right behind the scenes. The lines between her personal life and her character's storyline began to blur, especially when rumors started circulating that the production set itself wasn't the harmonious environment it appeared to be. And as we now know, those rumors were only the tip of the iceberg. In recent years, a wave of troubling allegations has swept through Hollywood, and the Buffy set was no exception. Creator Joss Whedon went from beloved geek icon to lightning rod for controversy when accusations surfaced about his behavior and possible on-set bullying. Former cast members spoke out, adding credibility to these claims and painting a picture of a workplace where certain actors felt disrespected or unsafe. Michelle's name was thrust into the spotlight again when unconfirmed reports circulated about a no alone room rule. Although many fans speculated this measure was specifically to protect Michelle from uncomfortable situations, exact details remain murky. What is clear, however, is that the atmosphere on set might have been more tense than fans ever suspected. For a young star on the cusp of adulthood, the alleged power struggles and drama could easily take a toll. Yet Michelle never publicly bashed Whedon or confirmed those stories. She maintained a measured distance, neither fully endorsing nor dismissing the rumors. This silence seemed to fuel even more speculation. Some wondered if she had been pressured to keep quiet, while others assumed she simply wanted to avoid further entanglement in the controversy. Whatever the truth may be, the swirling headlines cast a new light on her experiences as Dawn Summers. It's intriguing to consider how these behind-the-scenes revelations might have shaped her future career choices. Was it a factor in her decision to branch out into lighter, more comedic roles after Buffy? Or did she simply crave a change of pace and the chance to break free from the teen sidekick mold? Either way, Michelle was on the verge of a major transition that would challenge everything fans thought they knew about her. Having established herself in the supernatural world, Michelle shifted gears to show audiences she was far more than Dawn Summers. Films like Eurotrip and Ice Princess tapped into her comedic timing and youthful charm, giving her a chance to explore fun roles that felt worlds away from the dark corners of Sunnydale. While Eurotrip took on a raunchier comedic vibe, Ice Princess had a more family-friendly spin, with Michelle portraying a figure skater on a journey of self-discovery. This period wasn't all lighthearted, though. She was also trying to redefine her public image. Many Buffy fans, still attached to Dawn, struggled to see her as a carefree teen in comedic settings. The shadow of her previous role loomed large, and critics often labeled her as the Buffy kid, despite her efforts to venture beyond it. That lingering association made it tough to fully break out of the teen star bubble. On a personal note, she was entering adulthood at a time when social media began to influence celebrity reputations. Paparazzi photos of her at parties or rumored romantic involvements cropped up in tabloid headlines. While none of these stories were particularly scandalous, the constant noise added pressure. Some supporters worried she might fall into the traps that ensnared other teen icons: excessive partying, constant drama, or destructive relationships. But Michelle largely sidestepped those pitfalls. The roles she picked still showcased her range, whether it was comedic mischief in Eurotrip or family-friendly inspiration in Ice Princess. She was proving she could lead or support a cast in a variety of genres. Yet, as her filmography grew, so did whispers about whether a career plateau was on the horizon. What more could she do to truly shake off the child star label? The answer, it turned out, lay in some unexpected cameos and a return to the small screen, albeit with a twist. Around the late 2000s, Michelle turned heads once again by popping up on the hit CW show Gossip Girl. Playing Georgina Sparks, she embraced a devious, troublemaking persona that contrasted sharply with the innocent roles people associated her with. Suddenly, viewers saw a new side to her: bold, cunning, and unapologetic. If anyone thought Michelle was just a relic of the 90s, Georgina's dramatic flair quickly proved them wrong. Her recurring appearances garnered praise from critics and fans, who found her portrayal refreshingly daring. This gig didn't just give her a career boost, it also reignited media interest in her personal life. People wanted to know what else she might have up her sleeve. Would she jump into more villainous roles? Was she planning to leave TV for film again? As if on cue, she stepped into guest spots and smaller film projects, aiming to balance her desire for creative exploration with the need to remain in the public eye. Then, quite suddenly, Michelle began to scale back her appearances. She occasionally showed up in indie films or special episodes of popular series, but nowhere near the frequency fans had come to expect. Speculation about what prompted her retreat circulated online. Maybe she was disillusioned with Hollywood's darker side, or perhaps she'd found new passions off camera. Some even guessed she might be quietly developing projects behind the scenes, writing or producing perhaps, to maintain control over her career direction. Meanwhile, rumors about her personal relationships and health also cropped up. None of them gained enough traction to become major scandals, suggesting she'd learned how to keep her private life locked down. If that was her goal, it certainly worked, because paparazzi sightings became rare, and talk show appearances practically vanished. Though she never publicly declared a hiatus, the noticeable dip in her roles had fans asking, had the relentless demands of show business finally taken their toll? Or was she gearing up for a surprise return in a project that would catch everyone off guard? With so many questions swirling around her, the final chapter of her Hollywood narrative remains open-ended. Michelle Trachtenberg's story proves that a celebrity's path is rarely straightforward. She started off as a bright-eyed child star in Harriet the Spy, drawing audiences into her world of diaries and secret missions. Then she became part of a cultural phenomenon on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, a move that brought her adoration and unexpected criticism. Beyond the sets and the scripts, swirling controversies and rumors hinted at the complexities lurking in her professional and personal life. From alleged behind-the-scenes clashes to the reinvention of her image in teen comedies and edgy dramas, she's continuously shown resilience. She managed to sidestep many of the traps that have consumed other young performers, all while quietly dealing with the industry's darker undercurrents. Even after stepping out of the spotlight, she left a legacy of memorable characters, from Harriet and Dawn to the cunning Georgina Sparks, and a sense that she might still have more to reveal. To this day, fans wonder if Michelle will stage a major comeback or continue to thrive outside the limelight. Some believe she's just waiting for the perfect role that will reignite her name in Hollywood. Others suggest she's content living a more private life, free from the magnifying glass that once followed her every move. Either way, her trajectory stands as a testament to the hidden layers in a star's journey, a reminder that glitz and glamour often come with burdens invisible to the public eye. In the end, Michelle Trachtenberg's path offers a fascinating glimpse into the realities of growing up in showbiz. It shows how, despite early successes and a passionate fan base, a performer's true story is often shaped by what happens behind the cameras. Perhaps that's the most intriguing part, the realization that there's always more to uncover about the lives of those who first caught our attention decades ago. And as long as fans keep asking questions, her story will remain a subject of endless curiosity, one that continues to evolve, even when the cameras aren't rolling.